Hello friends, I am currently in Knoxville, Tennessee at a farm, and the current temperatures are around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, comes to around 1 degree Celsius, and today is the 7th of February. This is a winter time in USA, and in Knoxville during the winters the temperatures drop down to even minus 14 degrees Celsius, the lowest that I have seen here, and maybe the highest is around 6 degrees Celsius. And in such temperatures it is totally impossible to grow crops and vegetables in the open field outside. And in such situations, the greenhouses are a big help to farmers. And thus we have this greenhouse and this farm, the Empower Farm, and the temperature outside, as I said, is 1 degree Celsius, but the temperature in this greenhouse is around 22 degrees Celsius, and thus it makes it possible for crops and vegetables to be grown here in this greenhouse. Here we can see crops, specifically lettuce, that has been grown using the technique of aeroponics, which uses aeration system for the roots and watering system through a pipeline through these towers that gives necessary water and nutrients, which are water soluble nutrients, to these crops. In order to grow on these towers, first we sow the seeds in a medium of rock wool. The seedlings grow gradually, and then these seedlings are transplanted onto these towers. Roughly after maybe 3 weeks of growing or 4 weeks of growing in the seedling trays, the seedlings are transplanted onto these towers, and then these seedlings get ready within maybe around 6 weeks, 8 weeks during the winter times, and in summer times the crops get ready or this lettuce gets ready within 4 weeks. And then depending upon the type of crop that we grow, in summer it is faster as compared to winter times. As I said, the temperature outside is 1 degree Celsius, but within this greenhouse the temperature is around 22 degrees Celsius. These are different kinds of lettuce that has been grown here in this greenhouse. The one that we can see here is then star. This is green sweet lettuce. And then this one right here is butterhead lettuce. And then this one here is red sweet lettuce. And then there are different varieties that we grow here on these towers. These towers run on an automatic system, and every 15 minutes the water runs through these towers. There is a small pump which is set on a timer, and every 15 minutes this pump will run for 3 minutes. You can see here the water is dripping down, and every tower has got, here we fix 11 buckets, and this bucket has got 4 options of planting. So every bucket will have 4 seedlings that are being transplanted, and each tower has 11 buckets, so it comes to 44 crops that will be sown in one tower. This tower occupies a space of roughly, let us say, around 1 square meter or less than that, and then we have 44 crops that will be grown on this. In order to grow 44 crops in the open field, that will surely occupy a big space, but tower growing makes it much easier. In this greenhouse we also have some cucumbers that have been grown on these towers, which are producing substantial amount of cucumbers. The cucumbers were harvested just yesterday, so we have just a few, the new ones that are coming up here. And then besides the tower production, we can also grow crops in trays, wherein here there are some microgreens that have been grown, and the trays are flooded with nutrient water maybe once a day or once in 2 days, depending upon the requirement of the crop, and the water is sipped in by the roots from the base, and the crops gradually grow. Here we have leeks that have been grown, and some stem onions and different kinds of vegetables that are being grown in the greenhouse, which is a possibility only because of the controlled environment within the greenhouse. The external temperature is 1 degree Celsius, and as I have said, it goes down to minus 14, the lowest that I have experienced. Today is a sunny day, and therefore the temperature in the greenhouse is around 22 degrees Celsius. But average temperature should be between, let us say, around 16 to 20. And during the night time, as there is no sunlight, so there will be no high temperatures in the greenhouse. And in order to facilitate or keep the temperatures warm in the greenhouse, here in this farm we have got a wood boiler, wherein there is a place to burn firewood, and then logs of wood are put in this burner, and then through the heat of this burner there is a pipeline that has been connected here. The water is being heated with the heat of this burner, or they call it wood boiler, and then the pipeline runs from here to the greenhouse, and then we can see some red color down here, and these are the pipelines that carry hot water from the wood boiler to the floor of the greenhouse. The floor of the greenhouse is heated, and that's how the temperature in this greenhouse is maintained between maybe 16 to 18 degrees Celsius, so that it is possible for the crops to grow. So greenhouse production is a very helpful way of producing crops in difficult situations. What I have seen is the production of the towers in the greenhouse is of course less as compared to that of summer times. These towers, if we compare the production of lettuce in these towers produce around 3 to 4 pounds. That will be around, let us say, 2.5 kg of lettuce per tower in winter time. But in summertime, this same tower will produce around 20 pounds of lettuce. That will be around, let us say, 12 kgs of lettuce on one tower. So it's a good way of producing crops, saving space or using limited space to produce more. So those who have got enough resources to make an investment, this will surely be a good investment. And of course, greenhouse production has got its own benefits, like it helps in controlling the temperature, it helps in controlling the pest. I wouldn't say that there are no pest attacks, as and the lettuce is attacked by aphids. We find fungus like white mildew that is growing on the lettuce. But yeah, in this controlled environment, it helps in production, and especially in difficult situations. So there is technology at our disposal. However way we can use it, we should be using it to produce our food that is healthy and food that is beneficial for us, and also maybe something that will help us to increase our income.